Welcome, everybody, to episode 89 of Disney with the Ducks. Tonight, you've got me, John Krull, and I've got four of our other five members of the flock are on tonight. We've got Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
Jody.
Hi, friends.
Lonnie.
Hey, everyone.
And Kevin.
Hey, everybody.
All right, so
And
before
Kevin
we
has
get
a special
going
guest
tonight...
too, John.
Oh, wait, what?
For us on the videos, Kevin has a special guest with him as well.
Oh, yeah, who is this?
This is our new family member, Libby.
Very cute.
He's a little sleepy right now, but
Oh, how old?
she's about 3 months old, I guess.
Oh,
She
wow.
weighs
Okay.
just under 3 pounds, and
By the way, he's not talking about a human, by the way. So I realize some of you are not watching this. And if you're wondering why he has a
it could be
3-month-old,
a stuffed animal. I'm not sure if it's real or not. Sometimes it moves, and I don't know.
what type of dog is she, Kevin?
It's a Maltese.
Yeah. There we go. Just that I clear that up in case, because I don't think any of us said he's got a puppy. So
Kevin just ordered a new human and has received it.
Amazon is really good about that.
And now he'll raise it as his own.
Yeah, got it from Wish.
Yeah. Ordered a human, got a dog. Some would say the dog is actually better than most humans, I think, anyway. All right. So before we get going tonight, we just want to remind everyone to please go out and give us a 5-star review or a 5-star rating with a great review on your podcatcher. It really helps us out. It helps other people find us. And if you write us a great review, we'll have Jeff read it live on the fiber optics. So you'll be internet famous. Well, that's maybe pushing it. Yeah, at least 5 other people will have heard your voice. Yeah. So there we go. Okay. Tonight, before we get going, we also want to ask a question, get to know each other a little bit better, and help our listeners get to know us. Tonight's question is, what is your favorite spirit? Alcoholic spirit.
So not Casper?
Not Casper and not the Hatbox Ghost.
Slimer.
So no, we're not going with one of those guys. Or Slimer, which would be, honestly, that Slimer would be my pick of
he's right
my
up there.
favorite spirit.
Slimer from the 80s or Slimer from the last movie? Which
Oh,
one?
clearly the
The
80s.
80s.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because that
When he's
the
like,
last- yeah,
shoveling food in his mouth. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
At
Actually,
the banquet.
the animated version.
Mm.
Yeah, the animated one was pretty good from that Ghostbusters
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Lonnie, what's your favorite spirit?
I'm gonna go with tequila
Hmm.
because I like a good margarita. So, and of course, good tequila is the base of a margarita. So I'm gonna go with tequila. There you go.
Follow-up question. Do you
Mhm.
like to sip tequila outside of a margarita? Like, will you put it on rocks or anything? Or
The only one I do is the Rocks tequila because it's very smooth. So he has
Trey, what is it called? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about though. That is
one.
really good. Yes.
So I could sip that one with just some rock on the rocks. Other than that, throw it in a margarita, and with some of various ingredients, fresh fruit, things of that nature, and I'm good to go.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Okay. I like the beverage you picked and the rationale.
Mhm.
Kevin, what about you? What's your go-to favorite?
So I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Terramana. I just thought about it. Terramana.
There we go. Yep. I have a bottle of it upstairs.
I'm sorry
I'm
about
going to
that.
cheat a little bit because you mentioned, I think a good thing that one is one you would sip on and one is one you would mix, I guess. So as far as one to sip on, it's got to be Tennessee whiskey. Being right here in Tennessee, Jack Daniel's just down the road. Jack Daniel's is going to be my choice on that if I'm sipping. I love the Jack Daniel's honey. That's probably my favorite. It's really easy to drink. So that, and then if it's a mixed drink, I'm going with rum. Any kind of Bacardi.
Okay. Nice.
I love mojitos.
Okay, I was going to ask, do you prefer like the lighter rums or the darker rums? Lighter? Okay. The mojito. Delicious beverage.
And when you drink it, Kevin, do you go "Arr"?
I definitely do. And I put my foot up on a cask.
Oh boy. All right. Jody, are you going to surprise us, or are you going to pick what we all think you're going to pick?
I'm really a seasonal drinker, so depending on how sticky it is outside or how cold it is outside, really changes my beverage of choice. So in the summer, I tend to drink more white wine and vodka tonics. In the winter, I tend to drink more red wine and bourbons. So just kind of depends on the season.
That's a good point. 'Cause season does matter. I mean, you don't want to be sipping on something like in the blazing hot sun if it's,
Yeah, a hot toddy or something. You don't want to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it, Jody. I am trying to get more into white wines. I have never really liked them, but I'm starting to try to figure out what I do like from there. So
There's quite the selection.
there is. I think I'm weird. I don't know if this is weird. I like sweeter white wines, but drier red wines.
Everyone's palate is unique, and you drink what you like. Don't let anyone tell you what you like isn't right. So
good point.
Unless you're a Michigan fan.
that's team choices.
Well,
not food choices.
I would want to be a Michigan State fan at this point, as they may have just suffered their worst home loss in the history of the program.
Oh, but at least they don't cheat.
Okay, literally every school in the country does exactly that.
They didn't get caught.
That's the rationale. Everybody does it. They didn't
Yeah.
It makes it right. Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Ugh.
Okay.
Enough
Get
with trying
this
to
train
tear
back on track.
down the
Back on track, John.
international
Back on-
champions. Jeff, what is your favorite spirit?
I would have to say that vodka is in most of my mixed drinks that I drink. So I'd probably have to lean that way.
What about to sip on? Because vodka doesn't have flavor.
I don't typically just sip on liquor, though. I'll have a mixed drink. It'll be mixed. If it's vodka mixed with iced tea and lemonade, vodka mixed with any various things, it kind of just goes with everything.
Okay, that's fair.
And I would say of my vodka choices, Tito's is probably my fave. With it, Grey Goose is a close second.
I'm so glad you didn't say Taka Vodka. I was going to make fun of you for the next hour.
I'm a Tito's fan too, Jeff.
I like Tito's because it's cheap and it's good. So
It's very smooth compared. I mean, you have like Absolute that tastes like rubbing alcohol, and then you have Tito's that's actually very smooth.
Yeah. You know what else? Honestly, the Kirkland brand, if you have a Costco by you, their vodka is really good. And it's really, really cheap, or relatively cheap, I'll say.
Who knew?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that Costco, man, they do everything right.
Get in the 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. Treat their employees with dignity, and you can get giant vodka. So,
all right,
like
Mr. Kroll, I bet you I know your answer, but I'm going to hear if I'm wrong.
well, okay. So it's complicated.
Oh, is he going to cheat now?
No. So my favorite beverage to drink straight is bourbon. It's just, I love it. It tastes amazing. I like all the different nuances and flavor and all that kind of stuff. But to mix, I also like bourbon. But sometimes I'll even go with rye in my mixed drinks if I'm making a Manhattan or something. So, overall, though, I love whiskey. Bourbon's my favorite. And like Jody, I kind of seasonally in the summer, I do like rum a little bit. It still doesn't become my favorite. But the other thing is I like gin a lot. So if I'm going out to dinner somewhere nice and I know they have a good bar and a good bartender, I'll never make gin drinks at home. But for some reason, whenever I'm at a bar, I order them. I love them. So bourbon, but honorable mention to gin and rum, vodka, wine. I like red wine a lot. So I was mentioning, yeah.
One more.
So I do like red wine a lot, but I like the drier reds, as I was saying earlier. So I don't know. My favorite's Pinot Noir. So, if anybody owns a winery and wants to send me some bottles to try, go on and send them my way.
Should they send them to me? I've got the wine room.
You do.
So they should probably send them to me to try. And then I'll let you know how they are.
John just, in one final closing paragraph, mentioned everything that you can drink and how you like. I don't know if you guys, am I the only one who just picked up on that? He literally went through everything on being his favorite, man. He is from Michigan.
I didn't say brandy. I didn't say brandy.
No, you didn't. And I will say this, John. It's funny you mentioned the Costco, because we have a Costco here. And do you realize that the Costco, and I'll read it right here, their signature vodka is made from the same source as Grey Goose, and it's scored higher than Grey Goose. So if you're paying for Grey Goose, don't go to Costco.
Yeah, it's like half the price of Grey Goose.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Turn the goose loose.
Yeah. Well,
The more you know, Oscar.
as much as I would love to talk about drinking all night, that's our topic for the night. We're going to talk about drinks at Disney, and we're going to do something very similar to what we did with the dishes that we talked about last week or a few weeks ago. And we'll go around and we'll each share our favorite drinks from each park and from the resorts. Are we going to go through Disney Springs as well?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, fair. All right. Well, let's get this thing going then. Let's start with Magic Kingdom. So there was some discussion before the show about whether or not we even wanted to include them. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Kevin.
Now, let's just preface, this does not have to be alcoholic drinks.
No.
That's true.
So these are just our favorite beverages in general from each of the locations.
And this is no one that's not. But yeah, so mine in Magic Kingdom is it's seasonal, but you can also get a version of it in any time of the year at the Cheshire Cat Pavilion or the Cheshire Cat counter service, I guess. They have the Witch's Cold Brew. I got that last week or week before last at Magic Kingdom for the Halloween party, and it was really good. It's French vanilla Joffrey's Cold Brew topped with pumpkin spice foam and Halloween sprinkles.
Oh.
It was really good. And so with all that time on our feet, that was the perfect. I mean, with it being hot outside, that was the perfect thing for that time of day when we were struggling, and that gave us all the energy we needed to finish out the park strong. So they do have a cold brew during normal non-Halloween times. But yeah, that one's $5.29. So pretty good drink there.
And that's not much different than you'd pay at like Starbucks or something. So
That's right. And it's a good quantity. It's not a little bitty cup. It's a pretty good amount.
Sweet. All right. That sounds delicious. All right, Lonnie, what about you? What's your favorite Magic Kingdom beverage?
Well, I'm going to stroll over to Gaston's Tavern, and I'm going to get a LeFou's Brew, which is frozen apple juice with a hint of toasted marshmallow and topped with all-natural passion fruit mango foam. And in only $6.29, it is very good, very refreshing, not too sweet, but it's when it is hot out there, it's a great drink to kind of get you refreshed.
Lonnie, I'm joining you over there for the Gaston's Tavern LeFou Brew, but I'm also going to get a cinnamon roll, and I might get mine in the Souvenir Stein, which takes the price up to $13.99.
Well, that's not really bad for a Souvenir Stein, though.
No.
But I like how Jeff also is going to just get that cinnamon roll in there too. I mean, he's doing it all.
Yeah, while you're there, you might as well.
Well, I'm glad you guys mentioned LeFou's Brew because that was going to be mine as well. So now I can talk about the Dole Whip float, which is my other favorite in Magic Kingdom. And you get that from Aloha Isle over in Adventureland. It's only $6.99, which I think is a steal. You get some of the delicious ice cream. You get pineapple juice. It's such a perfect beverage for a hot day. Or even a cold day, I mean, it's cold in Florida, 55 degrees. I'm still drinking that. So that's mine. So I think Jeff, you already talked about yours. Jody, what's your favorite?
Well, I struggle with Magic Kingdom. I was going to say the bottled water that I brought from the hotel is my favorite beverage at Magic Kingdom. My family tends to stop off at Starbucks and gets fancy coffee, but I've already been up early, taking care of booking everything, so I don't typically need a coffee. Then I remembered. So apparently I'm the only alcoholic in the group because I remember the one beverage that I've had at Magic Kingdom that I adore. And at Jungle Skipper Canteen, they do serve alcohol there. And they serve Iron Horse Celebration Cuvée. Iron Horse is a vineyard that we actually belong to their wine club. We love it. And they have a partnership with Disney. It's a sparkling wine house out in California on the Sonoma coast, and they do really fantastic they do flat wines too, but they do great sparklings. some with National Geographic, some with Disney, just really cool partnerships. So they've got the Celebration Cuvée, which is a great, refreshing, nice glass of sparkling wine. They also have one right now that we love. It's the Fairy Tale Cuvée. And we actually just ordered a half a case of those to be delivered for Disney's 100th. So it's special branding. So if anybody likes a good sparkling wine, and no, it's not champagne because it's not from Champagne, France. It's actually sparkling wine from California. Iron Horse is the name of the vineyard. They do sell it on property at Magic Kingdom and all through Walt Disney World, but you can order it at your house too. And it makes a great wedding gift. If anybody who gets engaged, they make a wedding cuvée that we tend to give as an engagement gift. So there's my plug for Iron Horse. I feel like I should get a commission for that. But,
yeah. Well, Jody, I'm already on their website because I am thinking about ordering some.
well,
Like
if you,
trust your
I'm
wine
a member, so if you need a discount or anything, I'm sure I can get you my discount code because we're members of that vineyard.
Oh.
But I just got a cool, like, they just sent me this thing like, hey, we have our Celebration Disney 100th. They've had a partnership with them for years. So super fun. So that is my favorite. I even though I was going to say my own bottled water, that's what I came down to. So I'm the only one getting an alcoholic drink.
Yeah. Jeez.
Walt is so disappointed. This
is a family program.
I know. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, now that we're done at Magic Kingdom, let's head over to Hollywood Studios. Let's see. Kevin, do you want to kick us off again on this one?
I can. So I've got 3, and I could not. I can put one at the top, but I've got 2 close seconds if I can cheat on this one because I know that
Why not?
there will be others.
There's no rules, Kevin. There's no rules.
I'm not going to obey the rules whatsoever. So at the Rancho Roasters, they have 2 really good drinks. One's called a Surly Sarlacc. It's $15. It's grapefruit and rose vodka, limeade, raspberry, and spiced mango. Very good. And then the Coruscant Cooler is a close second there, and it's got Maker's Mark, and it's got sweet vermouth, cranberry, and lime juice, and it's at $17. They're both really refreshing.
And those are both at Rancho Roasters?
Yes.
Oh, who knew?
And I've had both. They're both really, really good.
The one
They
with
look
the
almost the same, so it's hard to tell the difference until you taste it because they look almost the same, but they're both really good. So then my absolute top of the list is at Oga's, and that's the Fuzzy Tauntaun. I don't know if anybody's ever had that, but it's really good. It's got the peach and orange vodka, peach schnapps, orange juice, tangerine, sugar, and buzz button tingling foam. It makes your mouth go numb when you drink it.
Oh.
So it's pretty good. It's $18.50.
Okay.
So, no surprise, all of my drinks are coming from Galaxy's Edge, but you know.
Well, hey, they are really good though. So I think you listed out some great ones. I haven't tried the Fuzzy Tauntaun. I'm really excited for springtime surprise. Yes. Getting it then.
Do they serve those lukewarm, Kevin?
It's not lukewarm. No, it's actually
Fuzzy Tauntauns. Do they serve lukewarm?
It's as cold as Hoth, but it's not lukewarm. Not this Tauntaun.
Oh boy. All right. Well, Lonnie, no. We'll go to Jody. What's your favorite drink at Hollywood Studios?
So at Hollywood Studios, no matter what, we make a trip to Baseline Tap House. Always. I know I've shared some beverages with some of you there, but it's hard for me to say what's my favorite there because the taps rotate. So I'm just saying, if I'm at Hollywood Studios, at some point in time, I'm going to be at Baseline grabbing a beer and a pretzel, most likely. But I can't tell you what, because I don't know. But if it's hot summer, you'll actually find me getting a beverage that is really, really different from me. I don't like sweet. I don't like rum. I don't like sweet stuff. As a matter, you can ask Stacy and Jared when they were here over Labor Day weekend. They would make old fashions for everybody, and they'd make mine like with less cherry and sweet stuff. I don't like it sweet. But there's a drink at Woody's Lunchbox on a hot, hot summer day I find really refreshing. It's called the Grown Up Lemonade. It's cherry vodka, lemonade, and a black cherry puree. Now I can split one of these with Tim, and that's about it. But it's on a hot day, grabbing one of those, and it kind of is nice and refreshing. I do enjoy that from time to time, but not too often. It's a little too sweet for me, but it is a fun drink to get every once in a while.
It is really good. And it's, I mean, from Woody's Lunchbox, like, come on, you got to go there.
Yeah. And you can double order it, which is great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jeff, what's your favorite drink over at Hollywood Studios?
You're probably catching me at Baseline Tap House as well.
With me.
The bartenders there are very friendly. They always seem to take care of you. A lot of their stuff is already pre-mixed, but they do have a full bar, so they can make you things that aren't quite on the menu either. My favorite there is to get their wild strawberry lemonade. With Tito's, we had mentioned before, the normal wild strawberry lemonade is $4.49. Gets a little bit more expensive whenever you add the Tito's to it. They'll put a single or double shot into it. When we were down for Dopey this year, he asked me if I wanted a single or double, and I said I want a Dopey pour. And he goes, "What's that?" I said, "I want it strong enough that I don't know what Sunday or going to feel like." And they took care of me. It was a pretty clear lemonade that day. But
That was a fun day at Baseline Tap House. We were there for quite some time. That was a fun.
we were there a long time.
Yeah,
And
that was.
And as clear as that lemonade was, it went down pretty smooth. I think all three of them. So that tends to be my go-to for Hollywood Studios.
Awesome. That's one of the places I've never been because I always have all my kids with me. So it doesn't seem like a place I want to try to wrangle everybody. Yeah, just give them a few drinks and. Lonnie, what's your favorite at Hollywood Studios?
Well, I miss hanging out with Jeff and Jody during that great time. I was too busy fighting with the illness. They were having fun while I was knocking on heaven's door. But if I go to Hollywood Studios, I'm going to join Kevin and I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios, but I'm not going to go to Olga's because I just feel funny saying I want a fuzzy tauntaun. I'm going to go over to Docking Bay 7 and I'm going to get the Nana Quencher, which is $15. And it's a flavored rum-based drink that's fruity and tropical. And it's not too sweet, but it's nice and refreshing. So if you like rum drinks, kind of reminds you a little of like a rum kind of thing. Not as sweet. But hey, Galaxy's Edge has the best drinks. So probably.
All right.
Love it.
I think it's a solid choice. I'm going somewhere I don't think any of you guys would have expected. I'm going to 50's Primetime Cafe, and I'm getting the peanut butter and jelly milkshake because I love milkshakes. Although if it's really, really hot out, you don't want all that dairy in you. But you know what? It's delicious. It's only $9.25, and it's huge. They bring you out the little sidecar, where they have the rest of the ice cream in it and everything. And it's great. I mean, who doesn't love peanut butter? Who doesn't love jelly? Who doesn't love ice cream? Right?
It's my favorite.
It's really good.
I'm really surprised that Kevin didn't pick a milkshake share for two from.
With Gene.
Yeah.
Gene's gonna be upset with you, Kevin. You're gonna have to you have to send him flowers right now,
Okay.
Right?
just to make this right before he hears the episode.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "What are they for?" Oh, now I know.
Yeah. They had such a great time, and then they came back with the illness. So yeah, that was a special time you guys had.
That's a real bummer.
Mhm.
All right, from here we're gonna head over to Animal Kingdom. So we're gonna see what Jeff's favorite drink is at Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, I like to hang out and spend my afternoons sitting on the porch at the Nomad Lounge. There's a whole list of drinks there that I like. I like their Long Islands. They do a good job there. But I will probably go with the Leaping Lizard. It is Central and South African inspired. Malibu pineapple rum, orange and passion fruits and mango juices, coming in at $16.
It is a really good drink, and I actually only got it the first time because of the lizards. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. We're at Disney. I'm gonna try that." But it was really good.
It's because of the name.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So yeah. All right, Kevin. What about you? What's your go-to at Animal Kingdom?
I'm not a aficionado of Animal Kingdom as much as you guys, but I did look at one that I do want to try the next time I go, and it's I think also at Nomad Lounge. It's called the High Tower Rocks. It's tequila, watermelon, sweet and sour, and lime juice.
It's really good.
It looks really good because it's got a wedge of watermelon on it. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, I love anything watermelon. That's a great drink.
I'll have to
Nice
check that out.
Lonnie, where are you going?
Lonnie's
Nope.
on mute.
You're muted.
Hey, I'm back. So I would actually be joining Kevin over there. Officially it's Tiffin's, but you can order anything. They kind of share the same kitchen, right? So over at Nomad Lounge, I'm with you, John, as well. High Tower Rocks, had it a couple of times. A very, very good, refreshing drink. But I'm gonna hang out instead of going to the Tiffin's. I'm gonna hang out on the porch with Jeff and watch the flotellas flow by as I drink one. So yeah, I'm going with the High Tower Rocks as well. $17.
Nice. All right, Jody, what about you?
I was trying to remember what I ordered at Nomad Lounge last time because I was looking at our pictures. Actually, John, with your face on a stick, you joined us at Nomad Lounge.
Awesome.
You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't know it. I think I ordered just a Cosmo that day, if I remember correctly. Looking at the glass, that's what I'm going to remember. But I don't know what drink I normally get at Nomad Lounge. I just know that I like to be at Nomad Lounge because I was looking through the actual drinks there. And none of them are jumping out at me. There are a lot of rum based, and I don't like rum. So I don't know what I drink there, but I know I like being there. So that's my answer.
Okay. You're cheating by not giving an answer.
Well,
to
because I
the
don't
next question.
really know that I've
well.
ordered anything specifically. I probably have said to the bartender, like, can you make me this instead? But I was seriously looking at our pictures last time we were there, and I unfortunately don't have a picture of the actual drink. So I don't know. Just hang out at Nomad Lounge with friends and having some sort of beverage is the answer.
So anything on the menu.
Not rum based. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've drank our way through Animal Kingdom, we're going to head over to the grand finale of the parks for drinking, which is Epcot. So, Lonnie, what's your drink of choice at Epcot?
At Epcot, like you say, man, there are so many different places. But I'm gonna go and break what I think you guys think I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go over to Chef de France, and I'm gonna get an orange slush for only $14.50. Of course, Grand Marnier, rum, Grey Goose, orange, and orange juice. Frozen drink, nice and fruity. You can't go wrong with it. That's what I'm having.
That sounds really good.
That does sound really good. I love those. They're pretty delicious. All right, Jeff, where are you going for a beverage?
At Epcot, I am going, and you can actually get it at Les Celliers, but you can also get it at the cart that sells the popcorn outside of Les Celliers, but they don't put the candy rim on it there. The Ottawa Apple, it is Crown Maple Whiskey, apple infusion, and cranberry juice, coming in at $13. So
Wow.
it's pretty
That
good.
sounds
And
Sounds good.
Epcot, I'll also partake in whatever festival's going on as well. So it's really hard to say what I'm drinking there, but I will grab something based on the festivals too. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I love the festival drinks because they're always unique and fun.
Although I have to say, I'm getting a little annoyed with Food and Wine being called Food and Wine because there's very little wine. It should be called Food and Drink because there's really not a lot of wines anymore. It's mainly beers and mixed beverages. But anyway, just semantics.
Can I mention as well, John, that I'm going to get some fish and chips to wash down my drink? My orange slush?
No, I think that's wonderful that you're doing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Orange slushy with fish and chips sounds delicious.
Yeah, because the citrus and the fish go together well. Why do you think you put lemon on salmon?
Yep, I agree.
So, yeah. Oh, we've got a grandkid. Okay. All right. So, Jody,
Yes, sir.
favorite drink at Epcot?
Okay, so Epcot, so hard. There's so many delicious drinks and really difficult decision, but probably my favorite place to go in Epcot is the little tiny champagne bar in the back of the France Pavilion that I think is called Le Vin de Francais, and it's like this little. It's in the middle of like this shop. It's not. It's just this tiny bar in the middle of like the gift shop. It's hard to explain, but I like to go there because it's the only place I can afford to have a little Dom Perignon, and they sell it there. You ready for this, boys? $45 for a little tiny pour of it. And that's the only time I'm ever going to have a tiny pour of it, because I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on a full bottle of it. But then I feel all fancy because I get to have a little tiny sip of it and say that I've had it. So we tend to make our way back there at least once a trip and drink this little tiny sip of really fancy champagne. And it is champagne that time.
So wait, Dom Perignon is that expensive now? It used to be relatively affordable.
No, it's
Really?
not in my budget, not in my price.
But you drink like nice stuff though. Really? But it's
I
not
do.
thousands of dollars, is it? Really?
I think
I thought it
a
was like
bottle of
$200.
champagne is like 300 or so. I don't
Okay.
know. But it's a
They shouldn't have
$45
it.
pour just for a couple of ounces back there for that. So
Yeah. No, I know that pain because I'm a bourbon fan. So some of those you get, you're like $50 and you get 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
but I like going back there. I like that it's off the beaten path. It's kind of it's in like I said, it's like in the gift shop. It's really
Yeah,
random.
and they have that little counter there. a
Yeah,
little bar.
it's
Yeah.
I really like it. I like to hide out back there. So
Okay. I don't blame you. Kevin, what's your drink of choice?
Okay, so one of the most important things, with drinks is the food that you have with the drinks. So for me, I'm gonna join Lonnie and get fish and chips, but I'm gonna wash mine down with a nice cold heart, because for some reason that heart tastes so good with that fish and chips. That those two together, that's my favorite Epcot day when I have those. So I picked a beer that's you could probably get just about anywhere, but you can't get the fish and chips everywhere, and you can't get the experience of having the lake there to sit and watch the ducks play around, and have some nice fish and chips and a really good heart.
but it's the draft. It's on draft there. That's probably why
It is on draft, and that always makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not a lot of places have harp on tap like that.
They really don't, unless it's a really good Irish bar. A lot
Yeah.
of them, with Guinness and things like that. But yeah. But you can also, I was reading this and I never had it. Maybe you guys have, but it's called a snake bite. And they mix half of a heart with their famous cider that they have at Rose and Crown.
Mhm.
So I've never had it, but I may want to try that sometime.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be good. Man.
Snake bite.
Snake bite.
Got a tough name too.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Oh, Woody. Yes. I guess it's just me now. So my favorite drink at Epcot, the favorite drink I've ever had at Epcot was the margarita that we got the last mile of the marathon. So,
Tell me about it. Tell me all about it.
I don't know if it even tasted great, but at the time, it was the best thing I'd ever drank in my life.
It was the best margarita I've ever had in my life.
It was absolutely amazing. I love the Viking coffee at Norway at the Kringala Bakery, and it's $15, but it's got Bailey's Irish Cream, it's got a coffee liquor in it, and it's got coffee. So, to get you going in the morning, you got a bunch of kids to deal with. You need the pick-me-up, but also you need the relaxation. That's what you go with is the Viking coffee. I think it's perfect.
I've never heard of that. That sounds good.
Really? Oh my God, it's so good. It is so amazing. But my favorite drink, I think I talked about it before, over at Tepanito, they have a drink called the Sochu Squeeze. So it's freshly squeezed juice, which I typically get the grapefruit because I like it, mixed with a glass of crisp sochu on the rocks. So sochu is like a kind of like a vodka made from mountain yams, I believe, in Japan. And then they take that and then you just squeeze the juice right out of the grapefruit into your glass. And it's delicious. It's so refreshing. It's just great. And you don't get that overly alcohol taste. So there's no like real bite or anything to it. It just tastes amazing. So that's my favorite though. Although the Viking coffee is like, it's like 1A and 1B. You need one in the morning and then you get coffee in the morning. So you squeeze in the afternoon. Yeah. So you squeeze in the afternoon and then, maybe get some sake too while you're over there. I don't know. But yeah, so that's fine. And then while you're there, I mean, you might as well like get the Yamazaki 12 year if they have it. The Japanese whiskey, it's delicious.
Here goes reading the whole list again.
One of the smoothest whiskeys I've ever had in my life. And it's, Japanese whiskey started because the fellow from Scotland, or, they sent the fellow over to Scotland to train. He came back, and that's why it's peaty like Scotch. So, get the Yamazaki 12 year. Because, like Jody mentioned about the Dom Perignon, you probably can't afford a bottle of it, but you can probably afford a small pour. So
I think we're going to do a spin-off show of Story Time with John. And we're going to cut out all these things that he has extras to the show. We're going to piece it all together. It's going to be like a bonus episode of all the other stuff that John adds. That
no,
really
we're going to call it cheating. Not Story Time with John.
No.
Cheating Time with John.
So I'd like to give background information.
Answer, and he lists 15.
But we probably didn't need the history lesson on Japanese whiskey. I'll give you that, Jeff. But sometimes I like to go off.
Hey,
I appreciate the Japanese whiskey.
Don't worry, John. You do it for us, the people.
I do. Yeah. I do it for the fans, Jeff. That's why 90% of the time when I'm talking to D, I go off on like some random tangent for 20 minutes. I'm just like, oh man, I'm so sorry. It's like, no, I learned a lot. No, you didn't. You just put up with me talking. Okay. Wow. All right. We really got kind of off track there. But now, so we're done. Well, you guys pushed the train that direction and took off. All right. So we're done with the parks. We've drank our way through all 4 of the parks. Let's go over to the resorts. What are some of your favorite drinks at the resorts? I mean, there's a lot of resorts, right? There's no way we're going to name just one. Because, I mean, obviously for me, we know my obvious number one is the Lapu Lapu. It's the best drink you've ever had in your life. It's served in a pineapple. I think it's like $19, $19.50. But it comes in a pineapple. It's got pineapple juice. It's got 151. It's got sweet and sour sauce. It's got sweet and sour mix. Kind of gross, yeah. And it's got orange juice. I mean, it's you've got, and then it's a rum-based drink. So they use a dark rum, but I make them at home, and they are good, but it's not the same. Even when Kara will like cut a pineapple and I'll hollow it out, and I still use the pineapple at home, not as good. But if you want to get it at Disney, $19.50 over at Tambu Lounge, or you can get it at Ohana. Yeah. So obviously, though, that's just too obvious for me to pick. So I'll say smoked turkey. The smoked turkey is my favorite. You can get it many places, but one of the places I like to get it is the Bellevue Lounge over at the Boardwalk. Okay, so smoked turkey. It's got bourbon in it. It's got Red Stag, which is the cherry Jim Beam. You guys are killing me. You've got grenadine, lemonade.
You.
Yeah, lemonade and hickory smoke. So it's got that smoky flavor. It's delicious. $17. I mean, that's a lot, but you're at Disney, so you go with it. But you can get it at most of the lounges. I just prefer to get it at the Boardwalk. So yeah. All right, Lonnie, where are you going for a drink at the resorts?
Well, John, while you're upstairs sipping on your Lapu Lapu, I'm going to be downstairs at Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar, and I'm going to get a Oa, because that's how it comes out. Bacardi Superior Rum, original dark rum, juices of orange, passion fruit, guava, pineapple, and grapefruit, cinnamon, because you sprinkle it on there and it makes the fire pop up, and some fresh lime juice. or and there's a nice little show that comes along with it. Can't beat it. Love it. Or
Awesome.
Choice.
I like anything from Trader Sam's, and I don't remember what I've had, but everything I've had has been great. Yeah.
See, John paused because he thought I was going to say another one, but I followed Jody's rules and just picked one.
It wasn't my rules. I was just teasing John.
I mean, I'm following the rules.
Sure you are. Sure you are.
Kevin, where are you going?
I'm joining Lonnie at Trader Sam's, and I'm having a Krakatoa punch. That's a really good one. It's $18. It's got spiced rum, reserved rum, almond, gorilla grog, whatever that is, but it's good, and hibiscus grenadine.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
It's really good.
Nice. And I need to remember more what I have at Trader Sam's because I always just order something because I want to see what happens, and then I don't remember what the heck it was, but I know I liked it.
Yeah.
Jody, what's your favorite resort drink?
Okay, I'm first gonna put it. I am gonna cheat a little bit because I want to tell. Hold on, I just want to say, if you're a wine drinker, I'm gonna give you my 3 favorite wine list from resorts. So, Toledo, if you like Spanish wine, Chico, if you're for South African wines, and California Grill for all the good California stuff. So, okay, that's done. So I'm not going to talk about wine though, but those, if you like wines and you need a suggestion, those are my 3 favorite places on property at resorts.
Wait, hold on though. I was going to say, because I asked you for wine advice and you sent me a 37-page Word document. I mean, it's amazing, but
Yeah, that was just California too.
The detail was wonderful. Much
Yes,
appreciated.
That's just Napa and Sonoma. So, but if I'm going to have a mixed drink, like a celebratory drink on property, I'm going to go up to Toledo, or no, I'm not. I'm going to go to Topolino's, not Toledo. And I'm going to have the modern fashion, which comes with this really cool ice cube that says Topolino, which I think is really just kind of fun. And it's Knob Creek Rye Whiskey, Appleton Estate Reserve Blend. Reserve Blend rum, vanilla bean and bitters. Sorry, I was reading the wrong.
So wait, what was it? Bourbon, rum, and bitters?
Yeah.
Oh.
Vanilla bean and bitters. It's really delicious. It's $18. It's a modern fashion at Topolino, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's not too sweet because I don't like all the sweet stuff. So
that sounds really good.
Yeah, it's very good. I enjoyed it.
So instead of like the simple syrup, they're putting the rum in there to get the sugar.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And it had rum, and I still liked it. Shocking.
Yeah. Well, and it's way less sweet than a normal old fashioned, right? So.
Right.
Jeff, what about you? What's your resort drink?
I'm kind of cheating, but I'm really not because I don't know if the one's still available because it's not really on a menu, but I've never had a problem getting it. So I'll go with what's for sure on the menu. And this is more of the memory that comes along with it, more so than the drink itself. I'll be joining John at the Tambu Lounge and getting the ultimate Long Island iced tea. Nothing special than any other normal iced teas, but a couple years ago we had some friends down with us at over the 4th of July, and we had quite a few of those sitting on the beach at the Poly watching the 4th of July fireworks. So it's just kind of the good memory that comes along with it, and I like my Long Islands. But if you go over to Geyser Point, and like I said, it's not on the menu, but if you ask, we've never had a problem. They have what's called the Blue Wilderness, which is black cherry vodka, pineapple juice, lemon juice, simple syrup, and something else in it that makes it like a bluish green color. And those are fantastic. I think the Long Island's like $16. The Blue Wilderness is probably somewhere in that same ballpark, but it's worth trying to ask for if they have it.
Okay. I like the choice. I'm going to say my favorite resort drink.
You already did yours.
Yeah, I did. But this one, you can't just go there and get it. You have to do the storybook dining experience at Artist Point. So I love the smoking mirror. I have no idea what it costs, to be honest, but it's scotch, wildberry lime, and rosemary smoke. And they serve it, and it like it's amazing because the smoke comes out of the drink and it looks really cool, and the Scotch gives it great flavor. So that's my choice.
I thought your choice was the boardwalk. The other
No, it
Wait.
was. Yeah.
In
in
the
a,
container.
in a lapu lapu.
Yep. Nope.
Right.
You're right. Yep. Yeah. Is there a point, Lonnie?
No, sir. No, sir. I just wanted to make sure I remembered which was the absolute favorite. I just didn't.
They all are.
Oh,
A
okay.
little bit of this, a little bit of that.
All right. But now now that we've talked about resorts, let's head over to Disney Springs. We know there's a lot of bars and restaurants there. So Jody, where are you going at Disney Springs?
I am without a doubt 100% going to Wine Bar George and asking George to pair something for me. I'm not going to even look at the menu. There are so many wines on that list that I've never heard of. I can't pronounce. I don't know what they're like. He or one of the sommeliers that work there will come up and talk to you about what you like, what you don't like. They'll ask you what you've ordered, and they will pair something for you if you want them to. I mean, or you could tell them what you want. Typically, they've got some maybe something that they're featuring that month or that week. So I'm a big believer in letting the sommelier do their job. You kind of give them a little bit about your history and what you like and what you don't like, and they will find something to match for you. And chances are they're going to come give you a little sip. And if you say not for me, they'll bring you something different. So I love wine pairings. It's my absolutely favorite way to eat a meal, especially a good meal. I love a good sommelier, and George is it. And if it's not George, his staff is. So that's where I'm going.
Okay. I like it. I like when someone else makes the decision for me because, it just takes that anxiety away.
Yeah.
So that's a good
And a
idea.
lot of times I'll try something I've never heard of before, or a varietal that I'm not familiar with, or that I would never, ever venture out on my own to try. And because they say, give this a try, I do.
Fair. All right. Jeff, what about you?
All right. If I am at the Springs, I am going to be at Homecoming. I have my little refillable water bottle that I get there that I take with me every time. They have discounts on the
Water bottle. We're calling it a
It is
water bottle.
water bottle. Yes, it's their water bottle.
That thing's never
but
had water in it.
I wash it out. So,
Wash it out. Yeah, you wash it out. You gotta
Wash it out.
but you get discounts on their moonshines whenever you take your refillable bottle back to them. I think they're $15 for the refills and like $20 for the first time you buy them. So over time you save some money. I'll probably go with the strawberry lemonade or the sweet tea, are my two favorites, but it kind of varies a little bit depending on how I'm feeling for the day. But I will always be walking around the Springs carrying my bottle of that. Also, I like going out to the little dockside place at the boathouse. If you just walk straight through there, and they have a blueberry lemonade, which is Stoli blueberry, lemon vodka, homemade blueberries, and homemade lemonade and fresh blueberries for $15. And those are pretty good too.
Yum.
They have the Duck Raz that has a little squeaky duck on it, but I don't think it's worth the money for the Duck Raz. I'd rather have something else. But the squeaky duck's fun.
It's true.
All
All
right,
right,
then a duck goose.
Yeah. I like ducks, especially Disney with the ducks. They're the best. All right, Lonnie, what's your choice?
Well, I'm going to be hanging out with Jeff at Disney Springs, and I'm going to go over to Art Smith's. But unlike Jeff, that's going to pick this or that, I'm going to get the Moonshine Flight for $32. And the flight comes with the sweet tea shine, the moonshine margarita, the blue hooch, the rum punch, and the strawberry lemonade. So I'm getting all of those, a nice little flight for $32. And I'll leave happy. And I'll probably stumbling at the same time.
You will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kevin, where are you going at the Springs?
Big surprise. I'm going with Lonnie and Jeff to Homecoming, and I'm going to get the moonshine, but I can't remember which one we had in January. I think it was strawberry,
I thought you had something apple.
or maybe it was apple pie.
I could be making that up, but
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
you did have. You did have the apple pie. I remember that.
Well, I'm gonna get the apple pie, and then I'm gonna do the moonshine flight, and then I'm gonna be hating myself the next day. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I'm definitely getting with the strawberry. I want to try that. That looks really good.
Good choice. All right, so I'm going somewhere different than any of you guys. I'm going to Polite Pig, and I am getting. I can't decide, so I'm going to get two. I'm going to get the Whistle Pig 15 year because I love Whistle Pig, and I feel like it's more my like flavor profile that I like. But I'm also going to get the Pappy 23 year, even though it's not really generally in my alley. Like Jody said earlier, I'm never going to be able to buy a bottle of this, so I might as well pay $100 for a 1 ounce pour at the Polite Pig, where it's at Disney. It's Monopoly money, right? I mean, at the end of the day, just roll it in with the
What does money call it? Mickey's money. It's not your money. It's Mickey's money.
Right. It's already everything in my bank account is already Mickey's anyway. I might as well enjoy it and try something new that I would never do anywhere else because you know that's a lot of money. So,
well, once you accept, John, once you accept that you are Mickey's personal ATM, it takes all the stress away. No, it's his money. It's not our money. It's his money.
That's true. So really, he's being gracious and giving me this gift of the Pappy 23 year. I'm going to take it. But like I said, I'm also going to go with the Whistle Pig 15 year because I just like Whistle Pig.
Oh, and if you're at a place called Polite Pig, you should drink Whistle Pig. Like that, it goes.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I like your logic, and I agree. All right. Any other like honorable mentions or stuff that we forgot to mention that you guys really think of in terms of Disney drinks?
I do have an honorable mention of all the Joffrey's carts. I love the mixed drinks they have there. They typically have some sort of lemonade, iced tea, and liquor involved with some seasonal fruity splash to them. I think they're kind of underrated. Most people don't know they serve mixed drinks there, so I'm usually walking around with a Joffrey's drink as well.
Yeah, you introduced me to that when I went down for the marathon, and you're right. They're amazing. And they're not like super expensive either compared to anything else there. So,
no.
All right. Any other last minute ads or things you thought of? No? Okay. Well, I mean, I named pretty much every drink on Disney property during my answers. So, what are you going to do, right? There's too much good in the world. You can't just pick one thing. But speaking of good in the world, we're going to inject much more good in the world through laughter with this next segment, Quacking Up with the Ducks. So, Kevin, do you think you can make us quack up?
I don't know. But, I've had some back pain a little bit lately. I started going to a chiropractor. Went a few times. I'm like, man, I don't think this is going to work. But wasn't really doing a good job. But then I stand corrected.
Nice. Lonnie, what do you got?
We've been talking about a lot of spirits and things of that nature. And it made me think, what do you get when you mix alcohol with great literature?
What?
Tequila Mockingbird.
So bad. Oh boy, Jody, do you think you can top that?
No, I can't.
Novel joke.
No. So we're deep in Halloween spirit around here right now, and thinking about all the fun that comes with that. So, how do you repair a jack-o'-lantern?
I don't know.
With a pumpkin patch.
So clean and innocent. I love
I
it.
know.
Right?
After all the drinking talk, I had to redeem myself.
Jeff, what direction are you going to go?
Completely opposite of Jody. Do you know how you can tell if somebody spiked the chocolate pie?
How?
The proof is in the pudding.
It's
okay, John.
The proof, the alcohol, the proof,
Oh, I get it now. Yeah. That took a minute. I'm glad I didn't want our listener to feel bad that they didn't get it, so I thought I would pretend I didn't get it, so Jody would explain it. And you don't want to make the listener feel bad.
No.
No.
I don't know if I can top those, but why shouldn't you trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Getting there, you're getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those higher level intellectual jokes.
I got it though. I got it.
I did.
Did you guys though?
I did.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Again, if you think about it, go and give us a 5-star review and probably send our show to a couple of your friends. But also come over to Facebook and join our group, Disney with the Ducks. Have some good discussion about, some of our flock are going south here for Wine and Dine and for the marathon weekend and for Springtime Surprise. So I think we're going to have ducks at all of the next 3 events coming up. So, get in the group and start talking about your trip, and maybe we can have some group meetups or something like that in the parks or at the races. So looking forward to that, and it'll be some good trip reports coming out of that too, I'm sure. So with that, Kwa Harini.
Thanks, everybody.
I need a
Bye.
drink.